Every day, some of the largest machines ever built quietly cross the world's oceans, carrying nearly everything modern life depends on. From smartphones and cars to food, clothing, and medical supplies, almost 90% of global trade travels by sea. At the center of this vast network are container ships so enormous they stretch more than 1,300 feet from bow to stern and carry over 24,000 shipping containers on a single voyage. Yet their most remarkable feature isn't their size. Despite weighing more than 200,000 tons and transporting billions of dollars worth of cargo, one of these floating giants is operated by a crew of only about 25 sailors. That's fewer people than many neighborhood restaurants employ. While thousands of containers tower above the deck like skyscrapers, a small team works around the clock to navigate some of the world's busiest shipping lanes, maintain one of the largest engines ever installed in a commercial vessel, prepare meals, perform repairs, stand watch on the bridge, and keep the ship operating safely for months without returning to land. Hidden behind the steel walls of containers is an entire world that most people never see. There are living quarters, a command bridge, workshops, kitchens, recreation spaces, emergency medical facilities, and engineering compartments that operate day and night to keep the vessel moving across thousands of miles of open ocean. For the crew, this isn't just a workplace. For months at a time, it's home. So how do just 25 sailors operate one of the largest moving structures ever built by humanity? And what is daily life really like aboard a cargo ship that rarely stops moving? To find out, we're stepping inside the world's largest cargo ship. Crossing the accommodation block doors feels less like boarding a ship and more like entering a compact floating city. Hidden behind the towering stacks of shipping containers is a carefully designed living and working environment where every square foot serves a purpose. At the very top sits the ship's bridge, the command center where officers monitor weather systems, shipping traffic, navigation charts, radar, and satellite communications 24 hours a day. From here, the captain and watch officers guide a vessel longer than 4 football fields through some of the busiest sea routes on Earth, often with only a few hundred meters separating them from other massive ships. Just a few decks below, the atmosphere changes completely. Instead of the constant hum of navigation equipment, long corridors lead to simple but comfortable cabins where each crew member has a private space to sleep, work, and stay connected with family whenever satellite internet is available. During voyages that can last 6 to 9 months, these cabins become far more than bedrooms. They become the crew's home. Life on board follows a strict routine. Meals are served at fixed times in the mess hall, where sailors from different countries gather after long shifts. A small gym helps the crew stay physically fit, while recreation rooms provide a place to relax with movies, table tennis, or a cup of coffee after hours of demanding work. From the outside, it looks like nothing more than a giant steel box carrying containers across the ocean. Inside, it's a community that never stops moving. But while the crew rests above deck, another world hidden deep below keeps the entire ship alive, and it's unlike anything most people have ever seen. Deep beneath the crew's living quarters, the atmosphere changes instantly. The quiet corridors above are replaced by the constant vibration of steel, the low rumble of machinery, and the heat generated by one of the most powerful engines ever installed in a commercial vessel. This is the engine room, the mechanical heart of the cargo ship. Several decks high and filled with an intricate network of pipes, pumps, generators, compressors, and control systems. This massive space operates around the clock. At its center stands a slow-speed 2-stroke diesel engine capable of producing more than 80,000 horsepower, generating enough power to move a fully loaded ship weighing over 200,000 tons across the world's oceans. But propulsion is only one part of its job. The ship is also its own floating power station. Large diesel generators supply electricity to every onboard system, from navigation equipment and bridge electronics to lighting, refrigeration, workshops, and the crew's living quarters. Fresh water isn't stored for the entire voyage either. Desalination systems convert seawater into clean drinking water every single day, while advanced treatment systems process wastewater before it's safely discharged in accordance with international environmental regulations. Keeping all of these systems running is the responsibility of a small team of marine engineers. Their work never truly stops. Day and night, they inspect machinery, monitor temperatures and pressures, lubricate moving components, repair unexpected failures, and carry out preventive maintenance before minor problems become major ones. Out in the middle of the ocean, there is no roadside assistance and no repair shop waiting at the next port. Every challenge must be solved using the equipment, spare parts, and expertise already on board. While the engineers keep the ship alive below deck, another team high above is responsible for guiding this giant safely across thousands of miles of open ocean, through crowded shipping lanes, unpredictable weather, and some of the busiest waters on Earth. High above the engine room and crew cabins, another team begins its shift on the bridge. From this elevated command center, every decision affects not only the ship itself but also the billions of dollars worth of cargo stacked across its deck. Unlike highways on land, the oceans have no painted lanes or traffic signals. Yet some of the world's busiest shipping routes can become as crowded as major cities. Tankers, cruise ships, fishing vessels, and other container ships often share the same narrow waterways, requiring constant attention from the bridge team. Navigation never stops. Officers stand watch 24 hours a day, rotating through scheduled shifts while monitoring radar, GPS, electronic navigation charts, weather forecasts, and automatic identification system displays that track nearby vessels. Every course adjustment, speed change, and weather report is carefully evaluated to keep the ship on schedule while avoiding unnecessary risks. But even the most advanced technology cannot control the sea. During major storms, waves can rise higher than multi-story buildings, while powerful winds and heavy swells place enormous stress on both the ship and its cargo. To protect the vessel, officers may alter course, reduce speed, or steer around dangerous weather systems, even if it means adding hundreds of miles to the voyage. Every decision balances safety, fuel efficiency, cargo protection, and arrival schedules. Life on board follows the same rhythm, day after day. Watches change, maintenance continues, meals are served, and the ship keeps moving across an ocean that rarely offers a pause. While the bridge crew focuses on reaching the next port safely, another challenge is already waiting. Every container on board must arrive in exactly the right place at exactly the right time, because the world's economy depends on it. After weeks at sea, the outline of a busy port finally appears on the horizon. But arriving at the destination doesn't mean the journey is over. For the crew, one of the most demanding phases of the voyage is just beginning. Modern container terminals operate with extraordinary precision. Towering ship-to-shore cranes unload and load thousands of containers according to carefully planned sequences, ensuring that every container reaches the correct destination without disrupting the ship's balance or delaying its schedule. While giant cranes dominate the skyline, the crew works alongside port personnel, inspecting equipment, supervising cargo operations, completing safety checks, and preparing the vessel for its next ocean crossing. The pace is relentless. Many of the products unloaded today will soon appear in supermarkets, hospitals, factories, warehouses, and homes around the world. Everything from electronics and clothing to construction materials, automobiles, and medical equipment may have spent weeks crossing the ocean inside these steel containers. When cargo operations are complete, there is little time to celebrate. Fresh fuel, food supplies, spare parts, and essential provisions are loaded aboard. Inspections are completed, departure clearances are issued, and within hours the ship is ready to sail once again. For the crew, one voyage simply becomes the beginning of another. Most people never think about the ships that quietly travel beyond the horizon. Yet without them, global supply chains would slow dramatically, businesses would struggle to keep shelves stocked, and countless industries would feel the impact within days. But beyond the cargo, the engines, and the technology, the true strength of every voyage has always been the people willing to spend months at sea, far from home, keeping global trade moving every single day. From a distance, a cargo ship appears to be nothing more than a mountain of steel slowly crossing the horizon. Most people notice the towering stacks of containers, the enormous bridge, or the ship's incredible size. Very few ever think about the small crew living and working inside it. For weeks, and sometimes months, these sailors operate one of the largest moving machines on Earth without the comfort of home. They celebrate birthdays at sea, work through holidays, cross multiple oceans, and adapt to changing weather, long shifts, and life far from their families. Every voyage demands discipline, teamwork, and the confidence that every crew member will do their job when it matters most. Modern cargo ships are remarkable achievements of engineering, but even the most advanced technology cannot replace the people who keep them running. Every safe arrival is the result of navigators guiding the ship across thousands of miles of open ocean, marine engineers maintaining powerful machinery around the clock, deck officers overseeing cargo operations, cooks preparing meals for the crew, and countless others working together behind the scenes.